This is just a little wrap-up video to discuss some of the things that you've learned in the class. I certainly hope that you've gotten a lot out of the course. You should have learned about how to set up for the course and how to access the demos and the sample projects. You will also have learned about the nature and scope of the problem that you're facing. You will then have learned about understanding what is filtering, validation, and output escaping, and where they're used and where they're appropriate. You will have learned about preventing the most common forms of attack. There is also a chapter on protecting against common website vulnerabilities. And the final full chapter discussed protecting against SQL injection attacks. You also learned about the author. Some more things to point out. Make sure when you're looking through the various sample code files in the Suites Complete incomplete website, you'll notice that there are certain lines which start with // asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. They are generally followed by a tag which gives you an idea of which lab is associated with this particular aspect. These are clues for you so that when you're doing the labs, you know where to look and you'll be given some idea as to what exactly needs to happen. So for example, down here we can see filtering, need to remove unwanted tags from incoming data. Validation, need to check to see if the date of birth is greater than 21 years of age. Again, moving down in the file, you will see examples and also considerations on things that should go into this particular file. When we're dealing with actual HTML, you'll notice it's the same format, but we use an HTML comment to hide this from actual display. Another consideration is to make sure that after you've set up the Suites Complete database, make sure that you configure the init.php file, which is under model. This contains a series of predefined constants, which are then used throughout the application. If you use anything other than the defaults, make sure that you've configured the appropriate values. For example, if you've called your database user something other than Suites Complete, and if your password is anything other than password, make sure that you program the appropriate values. You'll also notice that there's a project called suitescomplete.complete, which is a completed version which has all of the solutions to the various problems which are posed in the lab. So you'll notice, for example, in this case, it's the add member file. The validation on all of the fields has been implemented. You'll also notice if you go under the view folder and under the model folder, there are completed solutions there as well. You'll also recall that at one point you were advised to back up the Suites Complete database. Bear in mind that there is actually a second database which is available, which is suitescomplete_complete. There's an SQL file at the root of the suitescomplete.complete website, which you can then restore and you can use it to test against your own solutions. When you're done, you'll have a working Suites Complete website, which will have all of the security features which have been discussed in the course.